Hi guys, in this video we're going to show you some brushes that you can use for window cleaning using with your pure water system that uses the mixed bed resin. So the first one I want to show you is what we call a wagtail wave. And this is essentially it here. What it is, this is it essentially here, is it has a wash bar at the top. So this here is the wash bar, so the pure water will come through here. This obviously goes to your tank through hosing. Pure water comes out and there's a whole lot of little holes in this pipe at the top, or bit of hose, and they squirt out water, jets of water. It uses a microfiber like this, and mop that just slides on. It's actually got Velcro, so the Velcro stick it, but tell you what, it's not a very good, it doesn't stand very well, so I had mine adjusted. I got some little elastic corners made up that I can slip on. So what I can do is with that I can just put that on, and that just holds it on really well. So I used to have it fall off all the time, but now it never falls off. And I just had this. These are just from elastic. You just stretch them over, and the elastic keeps it on nicely, and it doesn't affect the face of it, so it still does its job. What I like about this, and what this is good for when working with pure water system, is that it's really good if the windows are fairly clean. If you, let's say you do the windows regularly, you might have a business once a week. If the windows are relatively clean and you've got good access to tap that you can set up your pure water system on, then this is ideal. Not so great for dirty windows. You need something a bit more vigorous for dirty windows. The other thing this is good for too is difficult to reach places, for example bay windows. And the reason why it's so good is because you can use these adapters or attachments, and they just fit in like that, and you can put as many as you want. There goes one, another one here too, and this makes the angle that you can get really great, because you can get on top of things. So you can be on the ground and you can be working, say, a story up or 2 stories up with your pole, but you can get those hard to reach bay windows because you can get on top of them now with this. You just add the attachments, they just slide in and then they slide out again. And those there, you can put as many as you want. You just buy each one, a bit like Lego, put them in, and you can build that up to the angle that you want. So that's great for that. The other thing the wagtail wave is good for is maneuverability. So some windows you may have come across, I've come across a couple that have grates in front of them, gratings, and your brush won't fit through that grating. They're steel gratings in front of the window. So the wagtail is ideal because you can actually slip it through by turning it that way, push it in, slip it through the grate if the grating is wide enough, flick it back again, and now you can do the window, flick it back that way, pull it out, go to the next one, push it back in, and do the window again. Ideal for that. I've had one place where I've had to use this. This is the only tool that's worked for it, where they've had gratings in front of the window. Ideal for getting in front into those areas. So that's the wagtail wave. The other brush I use, this is a tucker brush for one of those tucker poles that go up 4 stories, big aluminium pole. This is a nylon brush and it's dual trim. Now I'm not a big fan of nylon. I prefer natural fibre. However, this does its job quite well. It's dual trim, and so that what that means is that this outer layer is higher than the middle layer. And so as you push the brush into the window to get into those corners, this middle layer here still makes contact with the glass. So as the outer layer sprays, as you push it against the glass, made to reach those corners, the middle layer is nice and shorter, and it stays in touch with the glass to keep it cleaning the window. This has a dual jet. There's 2 jet holes there. Doesn't have a wash bar. Now the one that I'm using at the moment is a tucker brush, and this brush here is what I prefer. It's a dual trim again, but I've sort of modified it all. I managed to buy a wash bar for it. So at the top here there's a nice wash bar, but it still has 4 jets, 4 pentel jets in the brush itself. And the middle part, it's a dual trim again. The outer part, this is what we call a hybrid brush. The outer part is nylon, the inner part is boarhair, and that boarhair is very aggressive and it's really good for lifting dirt. So as these nylon trim here, as that hits well into the corners, this bore here makes contact with the glass and is able to clean most dirty glass. Very good. And with the system here, I've got 4 jets, pentel jets. I've got a wash bar, plenty of water on the window. That's what I like about it. Plenty of water on the window, and it's really effective at cleaning dirty windows. A little tip, a trick, for my water fed system, no matter what brush I use, whether it's a wagtail wave, whether it's a hybrid like this with boar bristle, what I generally do is I always get my mop first, my window cleaning mop. I'll make a bucket of water and detergent and maybe a bit of Titan glass clean, and I will always mop my window first. Give it a good mop over. I just want to make sure there's plenty of detergent, plenty of glass clean on the glass. I also want to make sure that I've done the tops of the frames. You know, you've got the window and you've got the frame at the top. I always mop that first as well too. Make sure that the detergent's on there just to lift any dirt, and then I'll use the brush to, because I don't have to use the brush many times. I don't have to go over it a couple of times, you know, brush it, or even once. Brush the top. That's important, mopping and brushing the top, because if that top is dirty, your pure water will pull any, because the charges are there, so they'll pull any dirt, any grime very vigorously off that frame. And if you've just got the water there and you haven't pulled all the dirt off, it's going to drip down. So as the glass is drying, you're still getting runoff from the frame, and you'll find that it will smear at the top. If you've ever seen a smear, it's horrible, and it looks like you haven't cleaned the glass very well. In fact, it looks worse than when you started. If that ever happens, it means probably you haven't, the glass is too hot, and you also haven't cleaned the top of it properly. So what you do there is just make sure you clean the top. You don't have, once that smear happens and you've cleaned the glass, you don't have to go over it again. You don't have to go and clean the top again. What you can do is just take your water-fed brush and just run it across just the top of the window there. Give that a good wash again, and as long as you don't touch the frame this time, and that should all run down and clear that smear off the top. Sometimes the smears may be not right across the top. There might be just dribble marks that come down. Again, just go over the glass. Forget it. Don't touch the frame at that stage. Just come a bit below the frame and just do the glass, and they'll get rid of those smears and that. So you just have to double check once you finish your job. Most jobs, I don't have that happen. I generally have it happen if I don't clean the tops properly though, the frames, before I do the window. And I have it happen if particularly it's harder if the glass is really hot. If it's a hot day, it seems to do it a lot more faster, because I don't know if it's just the evaporation happens a lot more quickly. So with the hot glass being hot, it seems to leave smearing a lot more easier. But I don't generally have it happen regularly now. The other thing too is if your water's not your mixed bead resin is not changed often enough, you might find that it doesn't work as well. So your parts per million and your pure water might be too high, and that will leave also sometimes a bit of spotting and smearing, which case you just have to change your resin out and put new resin in to bring that TDS meter reading down again. So those are some brushes. I hope that's helpful. Please like and please subscribe to our channel. We'll have more videos out about window cleaning, about mixed bead resin and how to use it, and also how to achieve good window clean with mixed bead resin. And also we're going to do some videos on car washing. We sell our resin also to car sale yards, so take a look at those videos. Take a look at our website. You can buy, if you do window cleaning or wash cars, or you've got your own beautiful car at home, maybe a Mustang or something, and you want to use pure water, you can get our resin, good value resin, high grade resin, brings your water down to 0 parts per million. Check out our website, perfectwash.co.nz. Thanks guys.